And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly, truly fantastic day today. So you see the title of the video. Apparently, Bronny James, has turned down workout invites from 10 different teams and is only accepting those from the Lakers and the Phoenix Suns. And so yeah, get ready, everybody. Get ready for the circus show that will be the Lakers next year. It looks like everything is in place for the Lakers to completely lose all respect and completely destroy the long, rich history of what the Lakers has been. Congratulations, LeBron James. Not only have you destroyed a respectable franchise, but you have destroyed the NBA as well. But anyway, so with all that happening, Rich Paul, the originator of the deer. Everybody give Rich Paul a round of applause for for being the first one to call LeBron James the deer. But anyway, Rich Paul, the originator of the deer, sat down with the Bleacher Report to discuss the whole nepotism thing about Bronny James. And so we're going to read from this article. It says, in an exclusive interview with Chris Haynes of Bleacher Report, Rich Paul, CEO of Unclutched Sports and the agent for LeBron James and his son, Bronny, addressed the complex landscape Bronny faces as he approaches the NBA draft this year. Paul discussed the scrutiny and criticism Bronny endures, emphasizing the broader context of nepotism in America. The agent did not shy away from acknowledging that Bronny's last name influences perceptions. If his name was different, would he get a different treatment? Yes, probably so, he stated. Some may feel like he's getting an opportunity because of his father, and I think that's a very naive logic, especially in America. Okay, what is naive about that logic? That is exactly what is happening. He is getting an opportunity because of who his father is. But anyway, let's continue. He says, when you look at America as a whole, it's built on nepotism. Paul added, no one's having this conversation about Jim Dolan. He owns the Knicks, but his dad built a business. Same with Casey Wasserman. Lou Wasserman built a business. I got plenty of friends that come from very wealthy families whose families built a business, and when it's their turn to take charge, they're not sitting on the couch. They're looking to enhance it. Okay, so let's get into this. First of all, Rich Paul, something you said there. I have plenty of friends that come from very wealthy families whose families built a business, and when it's their turn to take charge, they're not sitting on the couch. They're looking to enhance it. So first of all, LeBron James is not on the NBA. It is not his business that he's giving to his son, Bronny James. Like, Bronny James is literally taking the spot of someone else who deserves it simply so that LeBron James can fulfill a dream. And more importantly, I'm going to say this. This is my opinion. Fanboys, just shut up. My opinion is that I really believe this is some kind of attempt at a legacy boost for LeBron James. I really believe it's just something that he can have another narrative about for the so-called fake GOAT conversation that was never a real conversation to begin with. I think this is really LeBron James thinking, and he's right, because his kingdom of 4 and 6ers, the members of the CFL, I guarantee you, when people start discussing the GOAT, those people who don't have any integrity and don't care about the game, which is why they are fanboys of LeBron James. And I'm talking about the LeBron James fanboys. I have to say that. I'm not talking about just LeBron fans, even though I personally do not see how you could be a fan of LeBron James at all. But I'm talking about the fanboys. You guys are quick to use any and everything that you can possibly use in a desperate attempt to legitimize something that is not legitimate, and that is LeBron James being in the GOAT conversation. But LeBron James even being a top 10 player is ridiculous to me. But yeah, so, again, Bronny James will be taking somebody else's place. This is not LeBron James owning a business to which he's leaving his son. So a couple of things. Bronny James is worth $10.5 million right now. This is supposedly his personal net worth. Now, this is not even talking about the fact that he's the son of LeBron James, which is obviously why he's been able to build up that money for himself. But this is not even including the fact that, of course, him being the son of LeBron James, he's going to inherit that wealth, and, I'm sure they're going to be good for a few generations to come and even longer. So this is not like Bronny James needs the money. This is literally someone who's already well off, who will continue to be well off, who's not in danger of going bankrupt, so to speak, who is taking the place of someone else who deserves to be on the court, especially because the veteran NBA scouts have said that LeBron James is not NBA ready, period. But this brings us to the broader topic of this. The thing that we have always said about LeBron James, and I don't know how long this video is going to get, but so first of all, LeBron James is only in the GOAT conversation because media and gullible fanboys have allowed him to lower the standard of what was previously accepted to be in the GOAT conversation. Not only just the GOAT conversation, but was previously accepted to be classified as a great player. Again, if you're going back to LeBron James and his younger career, I would say back then, again, I was not anti-LeBron. I was indifferent. I was hopeful for what he may become in the league. And lots of people who watch this channel, lots of people who cannot stand LeBron James today, started out as either fans of LeBron James or indifferent to him. Now, I think I've always said this about the 2007 finals. I was like, look, here's the deal with the 2007. For me, your era starts when you actually win your first championship. And I always say that because I feel like once you've won, you should know what it takes to win. Like, the grind that it takes, the mental stamina that it takes. Because that's what it's really about. Is once you get on a pretty even playing field, it is about your mental stamina to keep pushing through. So when LeBron James lost in the 2007 finals, back then when it happened, it wasn't a big deal to me. I was like, yeah, he's still young, he's still learning, and that is a valid point. I would say that for anybody who is ready to throw Anthony Edwards aside, it's like, yes, he is still young. That is a valid point. To me, you cannot compare Anthony Edwards losing to LeBron James losing. You can't even compare Anthony Edwards losing to Jokic losing, because Jokic is already a champion. So for someone who's already a champion, I expect you to know how to win. I expect you to know what it takes to win. And then the other thing is being young. Like, to me, if Anthony Edwards over the next several years starts displaying patterns of showing that he's weak-minded and starting to make a bunch of excuses, like he's made some statements this year that I don't agree with, but he has said a lot of stuff that I do agree with. But if he starts to establish these patterns, you best believe Anthony Edwards will get all the smoke, all the smoke that I can muster up on this channel the same way I give it to LeBron James, Kevin Durant, James Harden, all these players. But I feel like you have to give a player time enough to establish those patterns. Now, I said all that to say this. Back when LeBron James lost in 2007, wasn't a big deal to me. I said, hey, he's young. He has some learning to do. Now, in 2024, I don't give him 2007. Why? Because he's established patterns over the years that let us know, hey, what he did in 2007 is just indicative of what he has been doing in the league for years now. It's like he doesn't get the excuse anymore because he didn't grow from that. Again, what he did was take shortcuts. He took shortcuts to get where he was at. And so now, because of that, it's like now when you look back on his career, based on all the patterns he set, then you have to go back and judge him harshly, even in those times where you were giving him the benefit of the doubt. It's like, oh, well, he's still doing these same things and even doing it worse than he was doing back then. It's like the flopping has increased. You know, the lack of defense, the lack of intensity at all times has increased. You know, so yeah, and I said all that to talk about, like I said, LeBron James has lowered the standard of the NBA. He's lowered the standard for what is considered to be a great player, and here we go. Bronny James getting into the NBA is just one more example of how LeBron James has lowered the standard. Yes, this is what we're talking about. Bronny James getting in the NBA is another example of how LeBron James has lowered the standard in the NBA. And again, which is why I say, to me, LeBron James does not take basketball serious. I mean, literally, he said, it's just basketball. And he is proving it every day that it's just basketball to him. Whether we're talking about the times where we've seen him lose and chuckling it up on the court, like directly after a loss? Are you serious? Like right after you lose, you're that happy. We would never see that from Kobe Bryant. We would never see a smile of joy from Kobe Bryant directly after a loss. From Michael Jordan, from Larry Bird, from any other people who are the true competitors. But again, LeBron James does not take basketball serious. Because if he did, he would not be letting his son in the NBA and pulling strings to get his son in the NBA. Again, when it's like your son doesn't need the money, he's well off. So, you know, it's no reason for him to really get this opportunity unless he was actually good enough. It's just simply lowering the standard of the NBA. It's setting a bad precedence. You know, it's like for some of these younger players coming up in the NBA, it's like, yeah, you got to hold them accountable, but you also got to hold LeBron James accountable because he started a lot of this ridiculous way of thinking about basketball. You know, this whole notion of everybody talking about the right play now. You know, again, this is something that I've never heard it so much until LeBron James needed excuses for not taking the last shot. You know, until LeBron James needed excuses of passing up in the clutch moments. Then it's, oh, well, I'm going to make the right play no matter what. Yeah, this so much to be said about it. It's like the right play is the winning play. You know, this is what needs to be taught. The right play is the winning play. You know, anyway, I could go on, but we gonna hold up here. Like I said, to me, Bronny James getting in the NBA, it's just another example of how LeBron James is lowered the standard of the NBA. It's setting a bad precedence for the NBA. So now it's like, are we gonna see more and more NBA players' sons who are not ready to be in the NBA somehow get into the NBA? Is this what the future holds? And, you know, as long as Commissioner Baltimore is commissioner, yeah, people, I think the NBA, as we know it, You know, the NBA is already not what we are used to. The people of my generation, it's not what we're used to. It's not that serious competitive game that it used to be. And even though these playoffs, I think, were more fun to watch than it has been in years, it's still like when you go back and watch the old games, it's just it's a lack of seriousness in these games that just, you know, that's just missing. And I think Commissioner Baltimore is taking the league further and further away from competition and moving more and more to some other stuff. I want to say it's entertainment, but to me, it's even something more sinister than just moving away from the competitiveness. Like I said, I think Commissioner Baltimore, it wouldn't surprise me if he's like trying to merge the NBA and WNBA together or something like that. But anyway, we gonna hold up here, people. Welcome to the circus. Next year is guaranteed to be full of content, full of criticism, and I'm sure full of BS. Lakers fans, I know I apologize to you guys all the time, but you know, I hope you guys can endure and hang on until the deer retires, and hopefully you get your franchise back. But honestly, Jeannie Buss, I mean, she may have done more. She may have done irreparable damage to the Lakers franchise. I don't know if they can recover from this. But congratulations to LeBron. You know, he's ruined the NBA. He's ruined a respected franchise. He's literally drained the respect out of the Lakers organization. I mean, he's literally drained every last drop of respect from the organization. And so, you know, congratulations to LeBron. Congratulations to LeBronny. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.